Hey, what is up people? This is Johnny and welcome to Pokeology, and today we're going to be talking about Aerodactyl and the fossil type Pokemons. Aerodactyl is the fossil type Pokemon, and its translation in Japanese is Petra, and Petra means an organism with a lot of wings. Its name in English also derives from Aerodactyl. It's a combination of aero for air and petrodactyl, which is a dinosaur that existed long time ago, from the dinosaur named the Petrosaurus. Now it's pretty interesting, that's where they got the inspiration for the design of this Pokemon, from the Petrosaurus dinosaurs. And there's another ones that they have out there that have similarities to this Pokemon as well. Even though it has a fossil name as its Pokemon, it is actually a reptilian Pokemon. If you look at it, its all body is actually from reptilian. Many people say that it's not aggressive, but it's actually in the Pokédex entry it states many times that this Pokemon was actually pretty vicious. And they say that once it goes to its Mega Evolution, that was actually the original form of the original Pokemon when it was in its prime, in its primal stages. In its Pokédex entry, it even states that it was actually the king of the skies. So this Pokemon was pretty much a king. Many people have wondered, why is this Pokemon revived from Amber? Well, the simple answer of that is that Amber has a mosquito in it that contains the blood of Aerodactyl. Now in real life, there is actually mosquitoes that actually do have blood that contains it from that amber, even in the trees, even though it may come from trees. Now a fun fact is that they probably were inspired this by Jurassic Park. If you watch the Jurassic Park movies, they actually revived a dinosaur from amber, and it could have kind of relate to the same way that Aerodactyl is being revived. The next Pokemon is Kabuto, the shellfish Pokemon. Now Kabuto is actually the same as translation in Japanese as in English. Now the origin of this Pokemon and inspiration for its design comes from Kabuto Gani. Kabuto Gani is a horseshoe crab, and as you can see, it actually looks really similar to its own self as this Pokemon Kabuto. That's where they actually got the design for Kabuto. It is also, the word Kabuto is also a Japanese word for helmet. The helmet in specifically was used by samurai wear, so if you can look at the picture, you can see that it's an inspiration to the samurai helmet. Now when you look at the evolution Kabuto tops, you can actually see that the helmet even looks more similar to Kabuto. Kabuto is restored from the dome fossil, but an interesting fact, in many of the Pokédex entries and the anime, this Pokemon actually still lives in rare occasions, but it's really rare to find them. They may be hidden in the ocean floors and still alive. So that doesn't necessarily mean this Pokemon is extinct, but it does have fossils of its own Pokemon that have died over time, and they have been fossilized as well. But there's still rare occasions where they may be able to find a Kabuto, but it's really rare. Another interesting fact is that in the Pokemon Red and Blue Beta, Kabuto was originally known as At, and that is actually a word derived from Atlantis. Also, Kabuto and its evolution share their species name with Blastoise. They are all known as the shellfish Pokemon. For the next Pokemon we're gonna talk about is Aurora. It is the Tundra Pokemon, and its Japanese translation, it means Amoras. The name origin of this Pokemon, Aurora, may be a contraction of Amora gas combined with Aurora. The Amora gas is actually a dinosaur that used to exist years ago, like millions of years ago, and it's combined with its name Aurora. Aurora is actually this thing that appears in the sky that changes different type of colors. So that may actually be the inspiration of why this Pokemon actually changes colors, because it has kind of Aurora type of changing colors on it. Even its own evolution has that type as well. Now Aurora is based off a young Amoragas, which is speculated to have skin cells extension on their vertebral spines, which is pretty interesting. And it also has various traits of the real life dinosaur, the Pokeology, something like that. This Pokemon was restored from the cell fossil, which was a frozen part of its body, basically. Now the funny thing about this Pokemon is that its counterpart, Tyrannotron, actually was its violent predator, but it was able to live in cold land where the violent predators like Tyrannotron wouldn't be able to attack it. Thanks for watching this Pokemon Facts video where I state the Pokeology of several different Pokemon. In this episode we actually did with Aerodactyl because I found some interesting facts about that. Now I know there's a lot of more fossil Pokemon, and pretty much every single Pokemon has an origin. I'll probably be doing more as I go on and then continuing the series if it's really good, if people really enjoy it. Alright, thanks for watching. Also, if you haven't checked out some of my previous videos, make sure to click on those two boxes in the middle.